Hi, my name is Irene and today I'll be discussing the respiratory system and how it adapts to long-term endurance training. I'll begin by explaining the major structures and functions of the respiratory system and how it contributes to maintaining homeostasis. I will then focus on gas exchange and ventilation before applying this knowledge to explain how endurance training improves respiratory efficiency and oxygen delivery during exercise. As we can see in this diagram, the respiratory system is made up of several structures that work together to allow breathing and gas exchange. Air enters through the nasal cavities before traveling down the trachea into the bronchi, which branches into the lungs. Also shown in the diagram are the alveoli, which are the tiny air sacs that act as the main site of gas exchange. The diaphragm underneath the lungs, along with the intercostal muscles between the ribs, help create the pressure changes needed for ventilation. The alveoli have very thin walls and a large surface area, which allows for oxygen to diffuse into the bloodstream while carbon dioxide diffuse out by exhaling. As we can see in this diagram, gas exchange occurs in the alveoli, where the respiratory system and the circulatory system work closely together. Oxygen moves from the air inside the alveoli into the surrounding capillaries, where it enters the bloodstream and transports to the body's tissue for energy production. At the same time, carbon dioxide, which is produced as waste product of metabolism, diffuses from the blood into the alveoli to be exhaled. These exchange processes are essential for maintaining homeostasis as they help regulate oxygen and carbon dioxide levels in the body, as well as maintaining stable blood pH. As shown in this diagram, ventilation is the process that moves air into and out of the lungs through exhalation and inhalation. During inhalation, the diaphragm contracts and moves downwards, increasing the size of the thoracic cavity and allowing air to enter the lungs. The diagram shows the alveoli surrounded by capillaries, where gas exchange occurs across very thin membrane. Oxygen diffuses from the alveoli into the blood because oxygen concentration is higher in the lungs than in the bloodstream. At the same time, carbon dioxide diffuses from the blood into the alveoli to be exhaled. This process is essential for maintaining oxygen supply, removing waste gases, and supporting homeostasis, particularly during exercise when oxygen demand increases. Endurance training includes activities such as running, cycling, and swimming that are performed continuously over a long period of time. During these types of exercises, muscles require more oxygen to produce energy aerobically, while carbon dioxide production is also increased. To meet these demands, ventilation increases through faster and deeper breathing, allowing more oxygen to enter the body and more carbon dioxide to be removed. Over time, repeated exposures to these demands lead to long-term adaptations that improve the efficiency of the respiratory system during exercise. Long-term endurance training leads to several important adaptations within the respiratory system. Ventilation becomes more effective, allowing the body to move air into and out of the lungs more effectively during exercise. Respiratory muscles, including the diaphragm and intercostal muscles, become more stronger and more resistant to fatigue, improving breathing during prolonged activities. In addition, endurance training increases the body's ability to take up and transport oxygen to working muscles, supporting greater aerobic energy production. Overall, these adaptations reduce the energy cost of breathing, delaying fatigue, and improve endurance performance. These respiratory adaptations provide several important functional benefits during exercise. Improved ventilation efficiency allows more oxygen to be delivered to working muscles, supporting aerobic energy production and endurance performance. At the same time, carbon dioxide can be removed more efficiently, helping maintain normal blood pH and preventing major disruptions to the body's internal environment. Reduced fatigue of the respiratory muscles also helps breathing remain efficient during prolonged activities. Overall, these adaptations support homeostasis by helping maintain soluble oxygen, carbon dioxide, and pH levels during exercise.